My goodness, you just, it's so wonderful what you're doing with your upcoming 15th anniversary of Get Connected. There's a number of events you've been doing this year and over the years, 15 years of doing this work and really highlighting the importance of bringing community together and recognizing those who are doing the work out there.
Yes, I think it's very, very important for us as people of color to elevate, to amplify, to celebrate, and to collaborate with each other. I think sometimes we wait for other people to do that when we should be doing it for ourselves. And I believe very strongly in certainly spotlighting individuals and organizations that are doing good work. We all need to be acknowledged and recognized. It's a form of gratitude. And for me, from a spiritual perspective, gratitude is the highest way that we can praise and give thanks to the divine. And so this is a wonderful event that we are doing on Tuesday. We are honoring the most influential men of color in Boston. And these are men across the spectrum, from people like Jimmy Hill, who has his Java with Jimmy, something he started during COVID.
Right.
To get information out and to keep people informed, to yourself, Ron, for the work you have done for over 2 decades of getting people motivated and inspired to go out and vote.
Thank you so much.
The community work that you have done, what you're doing with the good Reverend with Black News and bringing information, because information is power.
Right.
So we have Deval Patrick is on the list.
All right.
We have members of the community that we refer to as legends, leaders, and pioneers. We have a segment on emerging leaders, young people who are making their marks already.
Right.
And are doing good work. And it's just a way to showcase and the talent, the tremendous talent that exists here in Boston. And in particular, Black, brown, Asian, and indigenous men
right.
are often underappreciated and overlooked. And it seemed like we have had an assault on, in particular, Black men.
Mm-hmm.
See how often Black men are killed at the hands of law enforcement. And you have to ask the question, it begs the question, is this deliberate and intentional?
Right.
You know, what is going on? Why is it that when we see our law enforcement bring in mass murderers who are white, who have just shot up a whole bunch of people,
right.
they bring them in alive.
Right.
But Black men get stopped for a what do you call it, an infraction?
A traffic violation.
With a traffic violation, which is as low down the totem pole as you can get when it comes to any kind of infraction or interaction with the law, and they end up dead.
Right.
So I think it's time for us to lift up our men of color, and in particular our Black men,
yes,
who are doing good work. And for the first time in Boston, and I don't know if people know this, there has been a tremendous sea change and transformation that has taken place in this city that has gone literally unnoticed. In the last 3 to 5 years, we have a Black man running Brigham's and Women Hospital.
Wow.
Did you even know?
I didn't even know that.
We have a Black man running Children's Hospital, Dr. Kevin Churchill, We have a black man running Converse.
Right, I know him.
Publicly held company. Scott Uzo. We have a black man running Point 32 Health, which is the merger of Tufts Health Plan and Tufts Health Plan and Harvard Pilgrim.
Harvard Pilgrim, right? Wow.
Kane Hayes, a black man. We have a black man running Eastern Bank. The president, the chairman is white.
Right.
The president is Quincy Miller.
Oh,
a black
that's right,
man.
That's right.
We have the general counsel, which is the highest job you can have in the law department of a corporation, running the Liberty Mutual general counsel is Damon Hart, a black man.
Wow.
So you look around in Boston, there is so much happening that we don't see and don't know. So what I am trying to do on Tuesday, every year for my anniversary of Get Connected, I find something that is timely,
right,
and something that people need to know about and celebrate it.
right.
So I've done women, I have done men, I have done white men who are allies, diversity allies.
Right.
And so this time I wanted to do men of color.
That's awesome, Colette.
So that's what we are doing on Tuesday.
You know, when you had mentioned white men, I remember the event you had at the convention center, White Man Can Jump.
Yes.
That was awesome.
White men who can jump.
Right.
And we did black men who can
dunk. That was awesome.
You were one of the black men who can dunk.
Right.
And,
yeah.
So it's important.
Right.
We need allies.
Mm-hmm.
And people of color, we can't move the dial on our own.
Right.
The people who are the oppressed and have gone through 400 years of oppression and exclusion cannot be the people that we will expect to change the dial.
Right.
We didn't create the system.
Right.
So we need allies. We need white allies.
Right.
Who will stand in the breach with us, are willing to listen, willing to learn, and willing to lead from behind.
Wow.
You can't go in the front and lead, because let us who are closest to the pain tell you what we need from you.
Right.
And you lead from behind.
You are preaching. You are really preaching here. Go ahead now. You got the hallelujahs going on over here. And amens. Thank you so much.
Important.
Yeah, it is so awesome. And I'm telling you, it's really good what you're doing, because I wasn't aware of all the black men that you was highlighting that's going to be there on Tuesday, March 28th. How many people are you expecting at this event?
Well, to date, we have already had 300 people who have signed up to come. So people can go on the Get Connected website.
Okay.
Connected with a K.
Okay.
And they can register to attend. At some point, we're going to have to shut it down, because we cannot accommodate, we can only accommodate a certain amount of people.
Okay, right. Okay.
We are going to have, it's going to be on social media. We are going to be on Channel 5 City Line this coming Sunday.
Okay.
Two of the men, Jerome Smith.
Yes, okay. Amazon, right?
Works for the city. He's now with Amazon.
Right,
and
okay.
I want to give him a shout out, because
awesome.
Amazon is the company that is one of our presenting partners, along with PNC Bank.
Okay, good.
Who felt this was an important and transformative event. It's historic, because never before has this many men of color been honored. We have Thaddeus Miles. You know Thaddeus.
Oh yes, Thaddeus. That's my man.
Thaddeus is one of the honorees, and the list is just unbelievable.
That is incredible.
We got a group of people together, and we asked them to help us nominate and to sort of curate the list of men of color who are making a difference. And let me just tell you something, Reverend Ron. Another thing that we are doing, we are honoring the mayor of Boston and the city of Boston for having the most diverse administration in the history of Boston.
Wow. Okay,
More
that's
black
awesome.
men.
Right.
There are more black men and more men of color who are in leadership positions in the city of Boston
Right.
than any other time in history. Our chief of police, our commissioner, is black.
Right.
The head of operations for the city, the guy who oversees every aspect of the city operation, he would be called the chief operating officer.
Right. COO.
Is Dion Irish.
Right.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Right. Okay.
The person who is overseeing economic opportunity
Segun.
and inclusion is Segun Iduhu, a
Right.
black man.
Right.
The person who is overseeing human resources, who does the hiring, is a Latino man, Jose Masso.
Masso, yep.
The young
Yeah.
Jose Masso.
Right.
The guy who is the mayor's spokesperson is also a young Latino man. The brother who oversees neighborhood services, Enrique Pepe,
Right.
Latino.
Right. Awesome.
So you look around and you say it's intentional and deliberate.
Right.
This talent, it didn't just come about yesterday.
Correct.
This talent's been here in Boston.
Right.
And it just took the right person to say, this is what I want my administration to look like.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to reflect the people who live in the city.
Right.
And that's why we are honoring all these men are also they're on the list. And we are honoring them and honoring the mayor. The other people we are honoring, we are giving the Corporate Diversity Award to NBC 10.
Awesome.
For having the most diverse on-air talent.
Right.
In the history of Boston,
Right.
3 black men are anchors.
That's
We
awesome.
have the sports anchor, the weather anchor, and the news anchor are all black on NBC 10. And of course, they have our glorious
Latoya Edwards. Yeah.
Who is their anchor woman, black woman. I call
She from
her
Dorchester.
the new Dorchester girl.
That's
I
right.
call her the new Liz Walker.
That's okay.
That Liz was paved the way, and now Latoya has picked up the mantle. So, and NBC is doing incredible NBC 10 work when it comes to the community and covering diverse stories.
That's right.
Sometimes we only see the cameras and see the reporters when something negative happens
right.
in our community.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much good things that are happening in communities across Boston, communities of color, and the stories never get told. NBC is trying to change that. They created a diversity advisory council made up of about over 60 individuals across their footprint to help them tell the stories that don't get told that impact our community. So we are honoring them because I believe, Reverend Ron, that it is better to light a candle than curse the dark.
All right now.
And have to lift people up so that others, you are biblical, so the Bible says,
That's right.
hide not your light under a bushel, but put it on the mountaintop so others will see it.
Right.
I
Thank you.
want people to look at the mayor, to look at the NBC 10, to look at people like yourselves and the other men we are honoring and emulate them. Say, why did they get on the list? Why
Right.
didn't I get on the list? Does people know the work I'm doing? I need to. So is the list completed? Of course not. So
Right.
I am inviting others to humbly recommend other people in the
Right.
community who are doing good work. Other men, other women who are doing work. Say, Colette, the next time you put together a list, here is somebody you should consider.
Right.
Here's what they're doing.
Colette.
Because I don't know it all.
Colette, can you tell us why Professor Lawrence Larry Watson appears on the list? He sent me the email and invited me to come, and that's how I found out before Ron had let me
Well,
know.
Larry Watson has
Yes.
been underappreciated
Yes.
in the city. This guy should have had a major contract,
Yes.
music contract. Larry is a composer. He is an extraordinary musician, an
Yes.
extraordinary vocalist. And I met Larry over 2 decades ago, maybe closer to 3 decades. I'm aging myself, but I have known him for a long time, and he has taken his students at Berkeley love Larry because he takes such an interest in the next generation. And when Nelson Mandela was coming to Boston 33 years ago, so
I
I've
remember
known
that.
Larry for over 33 years.
Right.
So that just tells you.
Right.
I wanted to engage local talent on the stage. We had all these people, the Bruce Springsteen, the Stevie Wonders, and all these other people who were coming. And I said, because I was on the organizing committee, I was the local media coordinator for FRISA, the Free South
Free South
Africa
Africa.
organization. And I said, we need local talent to spotlight them and to also have them on stage performing. We have tons of hours to fill. Why not give our local people an opportunity to perform? So I reached out to Larry, and Larry got to be on stage and perform. And let me tell you, he knocked it out of the ballpark. and so I felt that Larry has been, over the years, he has done a lot in the entertainment industry here locally and globally, but he has not gotten the recognition. So he is in the legends, leaders, and pioneer category because I consider Larry a legend.
Well,
And
Colette,
not in his own mind.
He always gives you credit when people bring up the concert from Nelson Mandela or if he tells the story. In fact, I was with him last month. He did a concert at his, where he graduated, SUNY Oswego, New York. And he had footage from the concert, and he said, and if it wasn't for Colette Phillips, I would not have been on that podium, or however he said it. He always does that.
Thank you. No, and I know that, and I appreciate Larry, and I felt the time is right, and the time is now to thank him. This is a thank you to all these men like Ron and Larry and Java Jimmy and Tad. Yes, we do have the men who are in corporate Boston, but we also cannot forget the men who are on the front line in the community, doing the work and lifting others up. And this is I think why people like the work, and I love the work that I do. I'm not getting paid to do this work.
Right.
What I am doing is because I believe this is my ministry.
There you go.
We all have a purpose, a divine purpose in life, and I believe that my divine purpose is to lift others up.
Wow.
To spotlight on them. It's not. I'm not doing this for money, because at the end of the day, I say to people, I have never seen a Brinks truck follow a herd. When that starts to happen, I'll start to collect money. Because
well,
I've never in a Brinks truck. Follow her.
That's funny. Colette Phillips, we want to thank you. We salute you. Happy Women's Month. You are doing it. Pioneer, legend, you name it. Miss Network, and you are the queen. Thank you so much, and we
Thank you,
appreciate it. And I will see you on Tuesday.
See you on Tuesday.
Yes, look forward to
It's
seeing
going to be
you
a
both.
It's going to be a day of celebration, and it's going to be good weather.
I agree. I affirm that from your lips to God's ears.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you too. Have a great, blessed weekend.
All right.
Stay safe.
We're here at Boston Black News. Zakia, I'm telling you, that is so wonderful. I didn't know it was all that black men.
I didn't
See
know.
That
I
is,
didn't know.
Oh, that's going to be
And
awesome.
I can see another show coming out.
Oh
of it.
yeah, definitely,
Oh,
right?
My goodness.
Yeah. So happy Women's Month.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
In preparing for this segment, I looked up Women's Month. I thought it was much older. It was actually established by Congress in 1981 as Women's Week. Now, Pastor Wall will remember, and so will you.
Okay.
We used to have Negro History Week.
I remember
But
that.
it evolved into Black History Month.
Right.
Well, similarly with Women's History Week, only it took women 5 years to evolve into Women's History Month. I noted also that there is a Black Women's History Month of April. Why? Well, we know. We weren't much present in the original Women's History Week that evolved into Women's History Month. But I got some information from the website of the Center for Civil Rights, which is run by a Black woman. And she says what she does is use this time to celebrate and lift up Black women who are not as well known in the mainstream. So she celebrates, Angela Davis, Fannie Lou Hamer, Septima Clark, Barbara Cade Bambara, and others who did so much to shape and move the civil rights movement, as well as more militant avenues such as Angela Davis often took. So this is great. And I'm thinking, okay, who in Boston should we celebrate? Everybody.
Everybody. Well, you know what? We're going to be right back.
All right.
Because we're going to really dig down deep into this, because I know you have your information that you
bit.
need to share on our next broadcast. We'll be right back.